welcome to NewFinance. Welcome to our open mic. This is the last event of the year. Okay, so our first speaker is Eylon from CommuniFin.
Right, thank you very much, Eddie, and everyone for being here. Eylon, once again, that's my name, and the name of our company is CommuniFin. The name is coming from community and financials. And we're basically developing what we call a pure and professional social network just for the capital market. And I will start with giving some background about who we are and what we do and stuff like this by taking an example. And let's take, for example, EasyJet, right? And the thing with EasyJet as an example is that let's assume I don't want to book a flight. I don't have any complaints for their customer service. I just would like to share some insight, to receive some feedback, to read something, to write something, to have some financial information about EasyJet. So from our perspective, roughly speaking, we have two sources of information for me to discuss my financial stuff about EasyJet. And let's take a look on how we see this world. This is one example for a successful example, a good house in the neighborhood for a chat room, forum, talkback, whatever you want to call it, where I can go to EasyJet, share price, and discuss something. Now, when we were looking on this example on this page, then let me show you how I would like to use, or at least to see more things in this page. For example, I would like to delete this post, or I would like to see who are the faces behind SW16. I don't care about SW16. I would like to have a friend that also cares about EasyJet. Maybe I would like to tag this post. Maybe I would like to see not only anonymous text, but links, video, files, polls, any kind of rich media you know. Maybe I would like to follow specific friend, or maybe I would like to receive alerts about something that is taking place here. Maybe it's not about EasyJet, but another company that I'm now having in my mind and I would like to put into this feed. So as you understand, there are quite a lot of social tools we know today with Twitter and Facebook and others that are simply not here. And this interface and this kind of internet is the thing we had like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years ago. It's still there, it's still working, but it's not the social place for me, especially if I care about value or fundamental investing and not with all this good morning and what's going on type of stuff. So this is one world of financial content, social content, financial media we have. And another thing is those kind of traditional financial media, where in my perspective, this is not the place for me to discuss right now something about EasyJet. And why? Because first, the concept is that dear Mr. Big Chief Editor, he decided for me and for everyone what is the fixed structure of this site. So he thinks right now that, I don't know, pension is really important. Maybe tomorrow morning pension will be important for me, but right now I just want to discuss EasyJet. And he decided that this should be the top story right now. So as you know, as you understand, if something will be here about EasyJet, it will probably be too late. It will probably be not just for me. And I know, once again, because of those Facebook and Twitter and others, I know that I have some solution that will be able to put my feed just for me, with information just for me, just about the things I care, just with my friends and so on. So this was the background. This was the, I don't want to say problem, but this is the reality that we started with. And we started, instead of improving things, just to build everything from scratch, right? So we designed CommuniFin. It's quite nice to speak, a lot easy, a lot harder to build. And this is an example for our baby that is on the air for 2 months. And it's not kind of a product overview or product demonstration, but what you can see here as a concept, as a thing in our site, is that this is my feed. And my feed is loaded with financial information about shares I care about right now. So maybe I care about this company right now, and this member wrote something about this company. And maybe I also care about this company or that company. And this is my feed. It's loaded with insights of financial information that I selected I would like to see in my feed. I have all the flexibility to follow specific friend or to follow specific company, to add, to remove, to sort everything that's going on here, to get alerts for things I care about. It's a complete, fully featured social network, but as mentioned, just for the capital market and just for things that are taking place here. So we're up for 2 months, and let me share with you some, let's say, good questions. Good because I don't know really what are the answers for those questions, but those are questions that are keeping me up at night, let's put it this way. And I can also let you know what I hope we will go and what I hope things will evolve, but I really don't know. So one question about us is, who are the first members that will use this product and why? And by members, we are giving the option right now for everybody to read, to search, to see friends, to see companies. By saying members, I mean people that will actually log in and share their insights and write something. It's very difficult to write. It's a challenge. And who are those members? I think, at least at the beginning, those will be professionals. And they will not do it for fun. They will do it basically to promote themselves with marketing, with their specific own faces and own insights. This is the tool for them to differentiate, to really differentiate, to prove how active, how smart, how wise they are. This is one thing. Which type of individuals we would like to see contributing their insights on our network? So once again, roughly speaking, there is the world of real-time and technical analysis where per day, per moment, you would like to get in less than a second something that's going on right now. For us, I target more value or fundamental investing. It doesn't mean that the research or the posts in our network are very long or should take, I don't know, 5 minutes to read. But this is the kind of thing that we're trying to develop in our network. So if in the forums it was anonymous and textual, here it's more value with those polls and charts and stuff like this. Which type of financial content we would like to see? Always long, always happy, always going to be all right, always going to come up type of things. I hope not so. I hope to see also people challenging companies and challenging things that are happening in the market. It's basically happening today. Any specific size or sectors for the covered companies? Meaning, are we developing a product just for technology companies or just for oil companies or big companies or I don't know? The answer is no. Basically, we are information system. We can and we support all the companies being traded in the London Stock Exchange today. And the way I see it is that there are basically, I don't know, 99% of the companies that simply cannot get coverage in the Financial Times or by analysts. And for this very long tail of companies, we give a room per company for the crowd to discuss what's going on there. Any trends or aggregation or sentiment we see in our network. So I hope it will be the case. It's very early to say right now. But yes, I do hope, I do believe that in this type of social open discussion, we might be able to get the chance and understand and get some feedback about trends at the very starting point. Another question is at the bottom line, with my performance as an investor, can I really become a better investor with my buy and sell decisions if I keep my eyes on this site? If I spend time on this site. So I don't know. We are just information system. It's not about opening an account and putting money and buy and sell and trade. But I do hope very much that those insights from the community will help everyone that is taking investment decisions to become better investor. Investment houses, I do see and I do hope. I see the value for investment houses with sell side activity. To share their insights in our networkers as well, and I hope to see this quite soon. We do have research firms that are already taking active role in this network. And in terms of the financial media, yes, I do see widgets of content traveling from one way to the other. This is an open platform at the end of the day. I mentioned a few times social and social networks, and let me explain briefly how I see not just the evolution in social networks, but the thing with social networks. And I don't like this word need, but let's talk about the word action. In Facebook, it's like. In LinkedIn, it's connect. For me, like and connect are two different things in those networks. So in Facebook, for example, if I will post a photo of my child, people will like it. If I'll put some question about EasyJet, it's not the thing about Facebook. It was not the thing in this network. And another thing I can tell about Facebook is that you can see here, this is a connectivity map of my friends in Facebook. And you can see that it's not flat. My friends in Facebook, my friends in the web are basically groups of friends that were studying with me BSc or MBA, or were working with me in this place or the other place. And for me, when we started CommuniFin, and you know about in the virtual world, it's slightly different than in the physical one. I would like to have my friends that also care about EasyJet, or friends that also care about value investing, or also care about the capital market, that I can share with them and I can have my life with them just about the things for me. One way to look on how we see trend in consumption of financial information. This is how we see it. So we see one layer of information, which is the raw material coming from the companies to their exchange, or all those nice looking charts and numbers and so on. There's no insight behind it, and everyone is used to have his own place to see those numbers. But when it comes to analysis, I do believe, and we do see a trend where this world of having a one broadcast message from a guru to everyone is becoming not so important, and crowd wisdom is really the thing. We're spending more time in Facebook and Twitter and in social networks because what we all have to say is probably interesting. And I really believe that if we will spend, I don't know, a few minutes talking about EasyJet, something smart will be coming out there from us. So it's not just me. Here is some kind of report mentioning or measuring how social content is valuable for actual investment decision. I mentioned we are not taking any part in actual investment, buy or sell decision, but you can see here that even microblogging, even Twitter is becoming important for those guys that are really taking buy and sell decisions. So I do believe that this network we're developing will be beneficial for all of us if we care about if we care about capital markets. And social content is not only valuable for capital markets without touching, describing, mentioning our business model. I can just say in a very high level, maybe even not so interesting way, that advertisers understand strongly the benefits from using social content, content marketing, social networks. You can see here in this nice looking, always up diagrams how native advertisements are taking a role in those media that we consume. And native advertisements mean that in one of the posts I show you from CommuniFin, it might be someone that is paying, or might be someone that is using this network to promote himself with content. This is fine. And another thing here you can see is how much budget advertisers plan to spend in social networks. It will be more and more budget into those kind of media sites. So my last slide, or my last message is, and on purpose I took here icons of US companies and not UK companies. And basically it's about us, and we see investment houses where their business model is when you buy and sell and trade, and some of them go social and some are not so social. And we see the investment media where also in this media some are having better comments and some are going more for engagement with the community and some are not. But as I mentioned, for us, when we look on the content, we would like to see a personalized and dynamic feed just for me, loaded with information per share, just about the shares I care about right now. And we would like to see this content loaded with any type of information you see today out there: polls, links, video, files, whatever, everything just to get this discussion or to get this information interesting. And we would like it to be kind of social, where everyone can share, everyone can comment, everyone can upload, everyone can understand what's going on there. And unlike this SW16 from LSE, I would like it to have with real faces or real friends that also care about this specific type of my interest. We are only about information, and we are only about having this crowd wisdom per share. So thanks very much. This is my email address. If you're of course most welcome to join and use and try CommuniFin. If it's okay, share it in Facebook. If it's not so okay, this is my email. Tell me why. And last but not least, we are also up and running at Cedars, looking for some support, so you can also support us there. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a great New Year.
Questions?
Yeah, sure.
Does anyone have a question for Eylon?
One question. Who's paying the bill?
So I mentioned in one of the slides that the business model for CommuniFin is not that trivial. So let me just answer this question or say how I think we will be able to monetize this pure, open, free information system, right? One thing, I don't believe so much in all those banners and cost per click and cost per views and cost per lead and cost per whatever, okay? That's not the thing with our network. We would like to keep it beauty as much as possible. Another thing, I do believe that, let's take, for example, Facebook. In Facebook, the advertisers are paying Facebook. I'm not paying Facebook. I guess that you're not paying Facebook, but advertisers are paying Facebook in order to sponsor their brands and get more exposure for their brands. So for me, I mentioned content marketing, and I mean that I really think that, for example, investment houses or anyone who's having some kind of financial information and would like to get more exposure for this, he will pay to promote his insight. This is one way of trying and making revenues for CommuniFin. And another thing, I mentioned our relationship with the financial media. There are quite successful internet companies such as Outrain and Tabula and others where it's touching content marketing, but from a different angle, where basically you have something you read, and at the bottom you can see maybe you would like to read also about this or this or this, and those are widgets, and this is additional information. And our plan is to have our social sentiment per share or our financial social sentiment in any other places where some relevant information is out there, and we can share the revenues based on those widgets. This is just in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to grab the mic? Sure.
Yeah, one question I had was, what do you do about moderation and moderating content that gets posted to your site?
All right, so in the long term, this is a scaling challenge that is not relevant for us right now. What we do right now is we are constantly running all kinds of scripts on every information that is being uploaded, and we are detecting all kinds of banned words or misbehavior from users or stuff. We do have in the company full-time employee, which is our content manager, and he's not only approaching asset managers or others to come and join, he do have the mandate to wipe out specific members, posts, comments, stuff like this. We are doing this when it's necessary. So it's kind of a mixture between technology and a person. It's not only technology, it's not only a person.
What content would you look to exclude?
Basically the mandate is in his hands, and if it's like rough advertising thing like here is my number, call me, I will give you a discount, this is something we're kicking out. If it is something that has nothing to do with capital markets at all, we are wiping this out. This is basically the things we had so far.
Eylon, thank you very much. Thank you.